I made around like 9,000 selling Pokemon cards last year, and then I used that 9,000 for the down payment for the house that I bought. Yo, what up, man? My name is Tran. If you're new to my channel, I'm a real estate agent here in Atlanta, and we talk about things they don't teach you in school. I love golf, I love Pokemon, I love my dog. I like when you subscribe to my channel. So in this video, I'm gonna show you how I bought a house, small investments in Pokemon cards. So say you're living in your family's house, or you have like roommates and you spend like $500-600 like a month on rent, and you're looking to invest in either like stocks or just have side income where you can be making money outside of your like 9-to-5 job. The way I started in Pokemon was I actually started collecting like early on when I was like 9 or 10 years old. I used to sell Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards back in the day, and for me it was just like I like to look at shiny stuff, but sold Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh cards like in college, like for side income. I used to go to conventions, like the tournaments over the weekends to hustle, trade, flip cards and collect cards. And then once I graduated, I stopped it because in the relationship I was in, she wasn't really cool with it. But after we split up before COVID, I got back into collecting and buying cards because it made me happy. And I just got lucky, I feel like, because a lot of celebrities like entered the Pokemon space, like bought cards and opened up boxes online on YouTube and stuff, and then it boomed the market. So there was a lot of hype around the vintage cards, the Pokemon card collection like field or whatever. When you're starting to invest, you gotta start in small steps, you know what I'm saying? You don't have to go all out on the first like try. Like take the baby steps and like make the small investments, and then do that consistently like throughout the week, throughout the month, throughout the year, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like working out, right? So when you work out, like the first day you work out, you're not gonna see anything, right? And then the second day you work out, you probably won't see anything either. But if you do that for every day for like a whole month, like you'll see something in the long run, you know what I'm saying? And same thing with investing. Start small, make a little profit, and then use that experience to invest like more into whatever you're investing in. It's still a good time to invest in stocks, crypto, Pokemon cards. I still hold a bunch of Pokemon cards that I'm planning to sell in the future, but the ones that I'm keeping are usually most of them are just old cards that I wish I had back in the day. But when you're investing, you gotta take risks too. You can't really expect to spend like $10 and make $1,000.
What?
You know what I'm saying? So if you spend $10 and you make like $2 profit, that's still profit, you know what I'm saying? So start out small, like, and then as you get more experience and like learn the game, then you can invest more and make more. You have to pay money to make money, you know what I'm saying? So also another thing you can do is, instead of like buying the clothes or the toys or maybe the vacations that you're going on that you can't really afford. I mean, some of the clothes you buy, like that's $100. I mean, you maybe wear like a couple times, you know, right? So it might be better just to buy like a stock or something, or a crypto with that $100, and then see where that goes, because eventually over time it might grow, and then you could use the profits from that purchase to buy whatever else you want. That's something like similar that I did with the Pokemon cards. When I collected and bought a bunch of cards like last year before the Pokemon boom, I got them for really cheap, like 1,000 cards in a box for like $200, and then a handful of those cards like turned out to be a couple hundred or a few $100 like alone. So take advantage of the fact that you're young too. I mean, most of y'all probably watching and probably still live with your parents or like live with roommates. So just take the opportunity to invest and grow your income, you know what I'm saying? Or grow your money. Maybe instead of buying that $10 like coffee, you can invest like $5 into Starbucks stocks. Or, you know, instead of like eating out like every day, like stay in and like cook, and then invest the money that you would have spent on the food, like in stocks or other investments like Pokemon cards or whatever. Like split up the checks, like be like really strategic with that. I mean, it's cool to be poor when you're that age. In my early 30s and I'm still poor, you know?
Help me, I'm poor. No.
It's all good, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta sacrifice some things for bigger things to come. Especially since they're printing a lot of money right now. Like inflation's like real, you know, like a lot of the money is worth lower than it was in the past. So that's why I've been investing in a lot of like diversifying my investments in Pokemon, crypto stocks, real estate, because there's really no point to like hold a bunch of cash in your bank account. I mean, you're not gonna get any interest off of that. So I ran all the numbers, and my 2-year employment was coming up at my job as a real estate agent, and I wanted to buy a house. My plan was to buy a house like around 200 to like 250 range. So down payment for that kind of house would be around like 7,000, which is 3% of the purchase price. So say you're buying a $300,000 house, your down payment would be around like 9,000. So my goal like last year was to get 7,000 saved up for the down payment for the house. All the Pokemon cards that I bought with the boom with Logan Paul, Steve Aoki, and like other celebrities open up boxes and stuff, it boomed the market, and I decided to sell a handful of the cards. I sold about like 20 cards last year, and peak times too, like right after like Logan Paul opened up a couple Charizards in his box, and then I made around like 9,000 selling Pokemon cards last year, and then I used that 9,000 for the down payment for the house that I bought. The house that I bought was 220,000. So the down payment, I'll break down the numbers, right? So the price of the house was 200,000, like 220,000. The down payment was 3% of that, which was around 7,000, and then the closing cost was paid by the seller because of the repairs and like the condition of the house. And then I ended up like with insurance and taxes and stuff, I ended up paying around 9,000 for the house, and then I decided to rent that out instead of moving in for additional income. So right now I have a family in there. It's a 5-bedroom spot over in Lawrenceville, ranch, like split level house. And every month, like I live in an apartment right now, so every month I get a check from that rental property, because the tenant that lives there, I charge a little bit more than my mortgage, and that's all from just selling Pokemon cards, you know what I'm saying? So my goal every year is to save enough for the down payment and closing costs to buy real estate. All my side hustles like stocks, cryptos, and Pokemon cards, whenever I make like 10,000 or like 15,000 from those side hustles, I put to the side for a house whenever I can qualify to buy another house. You know, the best way to get into all this is like start off with like a bunch of friends too. You know, like say a bunch of friends don't really invest, like start talking about it, like introducing it to the conversations you're having. And it's fun when you have friends like investing too, because you get to learn together. You know, like you'd be like, oh wow, did you buy that stock? Did you see the prices on whatever, blah blah blah, like the crypto? And then and just be like smart with your money. You know, like every time you get a check, like I always put down, like I put 40% into like a savings account. I don't really touch, you know, this is like for pretty much my other investments or just like a savings account, right? And then another 30% I put to the side for taxes, because I'm an independent contractor, so I gotta pay my taxes on my own. I mean, I would use the other 30% to pay your bills and everything, you know, like your rent, Chick-fil-A, like credit card bills or whatever. And then the other 30% I would use to invest, you know what I'm saying? And then diversify it too. You don't have to put all 30% into one basket, you know what I'm saying? Like I'll put 10% in stocks, 10% in crypto, 10% into Pokemon cards. And if you do that consistently for like years, months, because I mean, you're probably like in your like late 20s right now, or like early 30s. If you do that for the next like year or two, man, you'll be straight, man. You know, investing is just starting off small and then doing it consistently over time. It's kind of like okay, I'll put it in like golf terms, right? So it's better to hit a basket every single day instead of like just picking one day of the month and hitting 10 baskets, you know, or 30 baskets. So just do little investments, little savings, little like budgeting, and then do that every time you get paid, and then do that for months, years, like from now on, and you'll be straight. And you're gonna lose some money in the beginning too, so that's why you want to start off like really small, because like in those losses you get to learn a lot more about the field and the investments that the market that you're investing in, you know what I'm saying? So start off small, like just save up, like spend your money wisely, and don't buy like things that you don't really need, you know what I'm saying? Like if you got a nice pair of jeans, you don't need like 4 other pairs that look similar to that shit, you know? Like, just wear the same jeans all the time, it's all good. Here, I'll show you these cards right here. This is like I wish I sold this one like earlier, but like in the boom, this was worth like about like 6,000 or 7,000, but then it went down over time. Now it's worth about like 3, maybe a little bit less right now. So some of these cards I bought in like a whole batch, so I got a pretty good deal on some of these. They just didn't want to go through the process of grading them and stuff. So but once you understand the market and whatever you're trying to invest in, then you can make moves and stuff, you know? So just do your research, you know, like don't ever follow like, hype or anything. You just do your research, like crank in the numbers, and then make small investments like consistently over time. You'll be able to recognize like patterns, and then like invest like heavier and make more too. And comment below if y'all have any other like side hustles that like Pokemon like for me. And thank y'all so much for watching my video. If y'all enjoyed it, please hit that like button below, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace.